Let's dive into blockchain. How do they work? What problems do they solve? What are their perks? A blockchain is a chain of blocks that have information. They contain a lot. In 1991 the technique formed, saying lots. Idea was to timestamp digital docs, preventing backdating. Digital notes are rising, but in 2009 it got big, so surprising. Satoshi Nakamoto invents Bitcoin using this real idea. Distributed ledgers work peer-to-peer. That means a blockchain is open to anyone. I'll explain why that idea is very fun. Once data is in a blockchain, it's hard to change. Let's take a look at a block so we can calm your brain. A block has three things inside it. It's really not odd. It has a hash, data, and hash of the previous block. The data stored in a block depends on the type of blockchain. Bitcoin has the amount the sender and the one who got paid. A hash is a block's fingerprint, you see, identifies the block on contains, and it's unique. As a block is created, its hash is calculated. Changing the block changes the hash's flavor. If a block fingerprint change is not the same block, detecting changes to blocks, this is great to stop. The third part of the block that's stored is the hash that comes from the block before. Each one of these blocks have their own hash beside them, and the hash for the block that's behind them. Block 3 points to 2 and 2 points to 1. Block 1 is the genesis block, the one they're all from. Tamper with block 2, its hash changes. All future blocks are invalidated. They don't hold a valid hash of the previous block, but there's more elements that are needed to stop tampering. There's computers that are massive and clever, can calculate thousands of hashes per second. You could tamper with blocks way rapid, recalculate hashes of all the blocks to make the chain valid, but we have a second layer to improve its worth. This mechanism is called proof of work. This slows the creation of new blocks, so recalculating every hash is too long. Bitcoin takes 10 mins to mine a block for gains. This just means add a block to the blockchain. To add blocks, calculate the required proof of work. There's 2 layers of security, but we need to use a third. Proof of work and hashing make it cool and better, but the cherry on the top is distributed ledgers. Instead of using a central entity to manage the chain, we have a peer-to-peer network that's massive and great. Anyone can join. It's the best world. You get a copy of the blockchain when you join the network. Then you call the node. The job is verifying well. When somebody creates a block, it's sent to everyone else. Each node verifies the block to make sure it's true. And no tampered blocks hackers are forcing through. If everything checks out, they add a block to the chain. This is consensus, there's a lot to it, mate. They agree which blocks are valid and which blocks aren't. See, valid blocks are added, tampered blocks can't be. To tamper with a block, you need to change the hash and all the other hashes in the chain to match. Redo the proof of work for every block, and then third still take over 50% of the network. Only then will your tampered block be added in. So it's almost impossible hacking in. Blockchains are evolving, you can't stop that. They can also be used for smart contracts, simple programs stored on blockchains that are written that exchange coins based on certain conditions. People see blockchain can be used for loads, medical records, taxes, doing votes. Does it make sense? Am I spitting knowledge? If you have an opinion, stick it in the comments. Comment if there's something you want to find and rhyme. It helps the channel if you click like and subscribe.